All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. We think we got a few issues, maybe a clogged cat, or I may have an exhaust leak. I think that's what's causing some of my problems and some of my check engine lights. So we're gonna go down and talk to Mac Built on IG. He's also got OMG, it's Mr. Mac on YouTube, links in the description. We're gonna go have him check it out and see if we can't get Shake and Bake back up to 100%, but let's start off with that angry start. That never gets old, never gets old. So let's head out and go see Mr. Mac. All right, folks, we're in the back. We got Shake and Bake up on the ramps. Mac's up underneath there checking stuff out. I'm gonna let him keep doing what he's doing. We did find an exhaust leak, but it's behind all of the sensors. So that's not the exhaust leak that's causing my problems, causing my codes. So again, those codes 171, 174, 174, not so much. That's really rare. I get it every once in a while. And then 2096, which are all lean condition codes.
You need to recondition your exhaust too, just so you know.
So I need to recondition my exhaust too.
Reposition.
Oh, reposition.
The exhaust on the driver's side is like leaning over to the driver's side.
Uh-huh.
And it's touching in two areas. And what that can do for your followers.
All right, hang on. Let me get up underneath here.
It's loud ass noise. So what that can do is it can cause false knock. So if your exhaust is rattling against metal, it
causes knock.
Literally false knock and the car will pull timing. So I mean, it's hitting it pretty good in two areas, at least from the looks of it. Like it could cause an issue. I mean, it's over quite a bit, like 1.5 inches. Some of that's obviously going to be the way the mid pipes fit, but I think if it was all loosened up, like if we put it on the, when Stark's available again, we could put it on the lift.
All right.
and get it over, and that might, you know, might do something.
All right. So finding more issues than we are fixing fixing issues at this point.
Yeah,
but
really close to the gas tank.
all right. So we'll have to fix. We'll get that fixed later.
Shake and Bake's gonna get baked.
Shake and Bake's gonna get baked. But we're still investigating. We're gonna try and figure out what's causing those codes. All right, so we figured out what may be the issue. So maybe two things. What we did is we swapped out the extensions of the O2 sensors because I got long tube headers, and we drove to lunch, and I drove more like a normal person than driving like Don usually does with a lead foot. So I kept my foot out of it and drove kind of conservatively, and it didn't throw any codes. So maybe it's a combination of the extension may have been bad and
Your fuel trim definitely,
my driving.
But your fuel trim improved.
Definitely got better.
Before we were driving.
Right.
Now the reason...
Because when it was idling out front, before we changed the things out, it was at 33.
Oh, you looked?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was idling the first bank, which is the driver's side. The fuel trim was at 33. That's why I said, this is probably
That
the
one's
issue.
still a little funky compared to how the other one's acting.
It is. So now it idles, it's around 11. So
Only in drive.
Only in drive. Yeah. We'll talk to Dave and
The compensation changes, and I think it
We'll
has
just talk to
something to
Dave.
do with the drivability slightly. But the O2 itself could still be reading slow or doing something not quite right. So
Right.
when he's getting these lean codes and it's going rich, the car thinks it's lean.
Now, what I did tell Don, so what he's talking about with the way he's driving. So with these cars, there's no, okay, I have to say this in multiple ways. Normal driving, there's no fuel compensation when it comes to the blower. There are ways to trick it after a certain percentage of throttle, but it's high. It's like 50 or 60% throttle. And at that point, you get the wide open throttle, fuel map, and we can mess with the timing throughout the part throttle range. We just can't control the fuel, you know, under that. So when Don's driving heavy, this is the first time I've driven with Don. And, you know, folks, he's got a heavy foot. And I was seeing 1 to 2 PSI sometimes, and he's always right on the verge of making boost. So with no compensation, it's getting all that extra air. Therefore,
The car thinks it's lean.
It thinks it's lean, so it'll dump some fuel. When Don started driving more like a normal person and did the C-boost, I said, try and keep it in vacuum a little bit. Just drive it normal. Like, I baby my car.
Right.
You know, I just drive it. Like, if you got the fastest car on the street, why do you got to be that guy anyway? You're faster than 99% of the stuff on the street right now. You don't have to be that guy. That's the point. So once you drove,
but the viewers love it, man.
Hey, but you do it on camera. You gotta learn how to just. You know what? With as much as gas prices are, you gotta stop. You're wasting gas for no reason.
Yeah,
we got there and we got back in the same time it would take you driving crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Except we didn't get a code. And that's because the car was, you know, seeing some vacuum.
He's saying, Dawn, slow down, is what he's saying.
Yeah. He's like, well, I guess on the way home, I'll drive it like Don and see if it gets a code.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drive home like Dawn, and we'll see if we get the code.
Yeah.
If we get the code, then we know it's.
But I mean, that's also,
a little bit of both. Probably
also,
the sensor and a little bit of
yeah. But that's also good for people who have a ProCharged car, whether they have these codes or not, to keep in mind that if there's no compensation. Not all tuners like Dave, I know for a fact he makes the part throttle timing map weak.
Right.
Because of the compensations. Because you don't need a shitload of timing when you're part throttle.
Right.
If you're seeing boost, no fuel, and you got all that timing, that's how shit blows up. It gets lean and blows up. So some of you guys, I'm not saying your tuner's horrible. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but if your stuff isn't tuned with the special user in mind, you know, people who aren't thinking, you can pop your ring lands and certain things a little easier with those issues. So that's something to keep in mind. Like, keep it out of boost. Get a boost gauge, watch it, you know, wideband.
Yeah, Dawn, keep it out of boost.
You know?
That's what he's saying. He's saying to you guys, but he's really saying, Dawn, keep your foot out of boost.
That. If any of your viewers have ever...
He does say that. He has told me that. As a matter of fact, you told Rory that too as well.
I told Rory, yep. RT Life, I told him the same thing. Keep it out of part throttle boost. We want it to last. And I know spoolie sounds are fun and all that shit's fun, but come on.
It is fun. You guys love that stuff. Come on.
Should have bought a Hellcat.
What?
Hellcat?
Here we go. He had to go there, didn't he? He had to go there, didn't he?
Hellcats have part throttle fueling and all the stuff. You can make all the whiny noises. You can take the blower off, put turbos on, Rory. You can take the blower off, put one of these on, and you can drive like y'all drive, and it'll compensate. Or we could put standalone on the car, and it'll do it too.
Yeah. Holly Dominator.
Yeah, we could do all kinds of stuff. We could do the Holly, we could do the Fuel Tech.
Ooh. Problem is, every time I come down here, Mac's trying to spend all my money.
Hey,
and I'm trying to get the engine done first, and then pick up all this other stuff.
We fixed an exhaust leak. We fixed the Dawn driving problem.
Yep.
Possible.
We did fix the exhaust leak.
Possible.
Dawn driving issues with the codes.
Looked at some other stuff and
looked at a few other things and tightened things up a little bit. So we did do some. It was a good trip down here. So
we learned some things.
We learned some things.
Show them the cheesesteak, man. You're supposed to be vlogging.
Oh man, yeah. I was thinking about taking it into lunch and I forgot. So we did have a really good cheesesteak.
Tell him in the comments if you want to see good food spots and stuff when he's here.
Yeah, if you want to see good food spots while I'm down here at Fredericksburg with Mac and Dave and the team, just let me know and we'll do some food. We'll do some car and food blogs. How's that?
It's just like the other video where we said, put it in the comments. What do y'all like to see? Do you want this, this, and this?
Yeah. If y'all like this kind of stuff, let me know, and I'll travel down here more often to get some of this stuff.
So we'll have some
But-
fun.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this one up. We're getting a little long-winded now, but I'm gonna wrap this one up and call it.
Point is Shake and Bake is showing her age, and so is Don. He's got that old
We
man
are-
foot.
Yeah, she is getting a little old, a little long in the tooth.
Hey, but we just checked the suspension over. It's got a weird thing. He did say in one of his videos, the no prep, how it was
shaking.
riding in the car. Now I'm like, dude, I'm scared for you, but
But we did some shaking and baking and pushing around, and
we'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out eventually. We just
Between me-
really got to get a lift. It's got to be
Between
on a
me,
lift.
you, and Stark, we're gonna put our heads together.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Three
but-
bald guys.
Hey, I'm almost bald. I got a
got
little
more hair
hair.
than both
I got a
y'all.
little hair left. But that's going to do it for this one, folks. If you're stopping in for the first time, check out the rest of the channel. If you like what's going on with the rest of the channel, do me those few things. Like, subscribe, smash the bell, shoot me a comment,
Follow
share it
on
on your social
Instagram.
media. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to try and start doing more Instagram. Mac's been on me
Tell
about
him in
doing
the comments if you want. That's the other thing. I'm going to cut in one more time. Tell Don in the comments if you want him to start posting more on his Instagram, then hey, watch my video. If you want to see maybe little clips that wouldn't be on YouTube, that's what you need to tell him. Be like, hey man, be more active.
Yeah. All right. If you need to be more active on social media, let me know, and I will try.
Share
Definitely
things
try
you
and do
like.
that.
Maybe they just want to see your life.
All right. Maybe we do some
Following
life
you.
things.
You and your car.
Maybe,
you know what the car does.
maybe we'll do some life things. How about that? All right. Appreciate it, folks. Until next time, adios.